You know the picture, right? Those majestic columns, that perfect triangular roof against a bright blue sky. But Greek temples were so much more than just a pretty face. Have you ever really wondered what was inside? Well, today we're gonna pull back the curtain. Were they just these big, empty halls? Or maybe places where everyone gathered? The truth is, the layout inside a Greek temple was incredibly deliberate. And you know what? It tells us a ton about what the ancient Greeks really cared about. So let's do this. We're going to take a virtual tour together, starting right at the front steps and going all the way into its most secret hidden room. Come on, let's go. Our tour begins exactly where any ancient visitors would, at the porches. You got to think of these as the grand transition zones, that space between the bright, busy world outside and the sacred, quiet world within. So the very first space you'd step into is the pronaos. This was basically the temple's front porch, a big open-air vestibule that served as a grand entryway. It was all about preparing you for the sacred space you were about to walk into. Now, if you walk all the way to the back of the temple, you'd find its twin, the epinos, sometimes called the postigum. And a lot of the time, it was designed to mirror the front porch almost exactly. So you've got the pronaos as the grand front door and the epinaos as its matching bookend at the back. So why? Why the symmetry? Well, honestly, a lot of the time it was just for looks. The Greeks were absolute masters of balance, and having a porch at both ends just created this perfect, harmonious design. Okay, let's move on from the porches and head into the real heart of the temple. We are now stepping into the most important, the most sacred space in the entire building. This is the naos, or as it's also called, the cella. This was it, the main event. The entire temple, every column, every stone, was designed to lead you to and to protect this one single room. So what made it so important? Well, this is key. It wasn't a church or a mosque where the public came to worship. No. This was considered the literal dwelling place of the god. Inside the naos stood the massive, awe-inspiring cult statue, an image of Athena or Zeus or Apollo, and it was believed to be a real, physical home for the deity here on Earth. But, these deeply spiritual buildings also had another super practical purpose. Hidden away, there was a secret room that most people would never ever know existed. And this hidden room was called the opisthedomos. It was a completely separate, secure chamber, usually right behind the naos, but you could only get to it from the outside. Its job? It was the temple's treasury, kind of like a divine bank vault. And we really can't overstate how important these treasuries were. I mean, get this. The Parthenon's opisthedomos held the entire treasury of the Delian League. This wasn't just a handful of offerings. We're talking about the combined wealth of a massive military alliance of city-states, all kept safe under the watchful eye of the goddess Athena. So, we've done it. We've toured the whole temple, from the public porches to the god's private chambers and the secret vault. Let's put all the pieces together now and look at one clear blueprint. And here it is, all in one spot. The pronaos, the front porch. The naos, the god's inner sanctum. The epinaos, the rear porch, for that perfect symmetry. And the opisthedomos, the hidden treasury. 4 distinct parts, one complete and brilliant design. And there you go. It's not just a box with columns, is it? It's this carefully planned building with different rooms for very different reasons, moving from public to sacred to secure. You've got the blueprint now. In the end, a culture's biggest, grandest buildings always show you what they value most. The Greeks built magnificent homes for their gods and their gold. And that kind of leaves us with a big question, doesn't it? What do our grandest buildings, our towering bank lobbies, our quiet museum halls, our sprawling libraries, what do they say about what our society truly holds sacred?